So I want to talk about Donald Trump's post on Truth Social, okay? Uh, which might sound like a populist miracle, okay? But it's actually one of the most reckless healthcare ideas we've ever heard, okay? He's calling on Senate Republicans to take the hundreds of billions of dollars that currently go to insurance companies under Obamacare and send them directly to the people. He says it'll let Americans buy their own better healthcare and even have money left over. Now, on paper, that sounds empowering, right? Money directly to the people. No middleman, more choice. It sounds almost socialist if you strip away the rhetoric. But here's the catch. There's no plan for what happens next. Because you can't just eliminate a healthcare system without replacing it with something. That's like setting a hospital on fire and calling it a liberation, okay? That's not a solution, but let us unpack this. The manipulation of choice, that's what it is, okay? The word choice is the psychological bait here. It's designed to sound empowering, like you'll finally have control over your healthcare. But in reality, choice without affordability is a trap. You'll get to choose between plans that don't cover enough, hospitals that won't take them, or skipping care entirely, okay? That's not freedom. That's abandonment disguised as empowerment. The Affordable Care Act, for all its flaws, sets minimum coverage standards. It prevents insurance companies from dropping you for pre-existing conditions, limits out-of-pocket costs, and guarantees essential care like maternity, prescriptions, and hospitalizations. Trump's plan would erase all of that, okay? He's selling the illusion of a free market when in reality it's a predatory market, one where the people with the least bargaining power are the ones forced to negotiate for their own survival. Who is the real beneficiaries of this? Trump claims he's taking money from money-sucking insurance companies. But look closer. Where do you think people will buy healthcare once those subsidies are redirected? From the exact same corporations. Only now those companies will operate with no regulation and no oversight. It's like promising to drain the swamp, then handing the alligators your credit card. That's what it is. Now, let's talk about the historical pattern. We've actually seen this before. When he promised Dodge checks, that was the illusion of economic relief through meme populism. When he promised tariff rebates, that was supposed to be a return of wealth to the forgotten Americans. Both were emotionally satisfying promises designed to bypass rational analysis, the classic populist playbook. And now he's applying it to healthcare. Tell people they'll get a check, say it's their money, and call it freedom. But here's the brutal reality. Even if every American got $5,000 tomorrow, it wouldn't buy more than a few months of coverage, if that. The cost of care is not the individual's fault. It's the structure's fault. And Trump's plan doesn't fix the structure. It detonates it, okay? Now let's talk about the psychology behind the pitch. This taps into a deep emotional fatigue in the American psyche, the exhaustion of feeling like you're working harder and getting less. Populists know that when people are tired and broke, hope and anger start to sound the same. That's why he uses emotionally charged language. Money sucking, bad Obamacare, give it to the people. It's designed to bypass logic and trigger identity. You stop asking how it will work because it feels like it's justice, okay? But this is the same psychology used in every bait and switch movement. Promise salvation from corruption, then quietly deregulate everything behind the curtain. What are some real world consequences. Let's talk about that. So what happens if this actually passes? You'll see skyrocketing premiums for anyone with health conditions, any health conditions. A wave of junk insurance plans that don't cover hospitalization or prescriptions or anything at all. Medical bankruptcies spiking again, just like before the Affordable Care Act. And most devastatingly, millions will lose coverage entirely, especially working families, seniors, and anyone who depends on medication to stay alive. That's not a glitch. That's the plan. That is the plan, okay? Now, there's also the filibuster part in that whole message he left on Truth Social. It's buried in his post, the most authoritarian line of all. We must terminate the filibuster. That is not about healthcare. That is about power. It means he wants the ability to push major systemic changes through Congress without any opposition at all. So the healthcare post isn't just a healthcare post. It's a trial balloon, a test to see how far he can go in dismantling the current system under the guise of, well, populism. Now, what's the bottom line? America doesn't need deregulation disguised as empowerment. You know what we need? We need universal healthcare. A system where access to a doctor isn't treated like a luxury or a reward for having the right employer. Eliminating health insurance without any other solution is not a reform. It's cruelty dressed as freedom. If Trump truly cares about people, he'd be fighting for the thing every other developed country already has. A healthcare system that works because it serves the people, not the market. Until that happens, we'll keep hearing these promises of choice and freedom from the same people who profit from our sickness. And once again, chaos isn't the side effect. It is the point of this administration. Now, if you like this video, please subscribe, please share, please comment. And if you feel so inclined, please go to my Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal or Venmo. Thank you.